Welcome to a very special training, the art of goal achieving for high ticket closes. So let me do a quick check to see if
the art of goal achieving.
yes, I am indeed live. So if you're watching this live right now, drop a hashtag live in the chat. If you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay in the chat. Okay, very good. So let's give it a couple of seconds. Ooh, Isaac is here. What is up? That's right. I'm watching live, hashtag live. Watching replay, hashtag replay. Who is this training for? It's for you, it's for me, it is for remote sales closers. Okay, whether you are closing for yourself, whether you are closing for another company, if you intend or you already are closing high ticket deals remotely, then this training is for you. What would one sale of your high ticket offer, whether it's yours, whether it's your influences, what would one sale do for your career? What would that one sale do for your life? Maybe you already are closing. Okay, and that one sale that you're looking for is that breaking of the income ceiling that you're currently in. Okay, to understand this, we need to learn what it means to set goals that are worthy of you. Okay, not the other way around. And it's not, are you worthy for your goal? Are those goals worthy for you? Is that the right goal to aim at, in the first place? Okay, and how are we going to achieve those goals? What is the formula of setting goals and achieving them in a strategic, systemized, and predictable way, especially okay, for us closers? Because I know that too many of you, okay, have been struggling for way too long. Either you don't know what is the game plan, you don't know how to make this work as a career for you, okay, or you already are closing for yourself, for your influencer, but you can't seem to break the income ceiling and you don't know why, okay? The first thing we want to understand is why are we here? Why are we here? We want to understand what are goals, okay, and why we want to set those goals. You must understand that a man, a closer, a salesperson, a business owner, without a clear goal as to what you want to achieve, how are you going to achieve anything? At this moment, right now, you watching live or you watching the replay, are you crystal clear on what is the game plan today, 1 week from now, 3 months, by Christmas? What is the situation going to be like? 12 months from now, what is the situation going to be like? Okay, and don't try to fool me because I am one of you. I know that for months, maybe even years, you have been circling in that same spot, that same cycle, and you're not telling other people about it because I did not. I didn't know how, right? There's no one for you to express yourself to. And the time is just passing. The time is just passing. And you're like, where is the change? How is the change going to happen? I've bought the programs. I've done what the programs have told me. Is this for real? Is the internet space for real? I can totally hear the kind of dialogue that's happening in your mind right now. And I want to start with goals because if you don't even know where you're going, then are you really lost? Because if you don't know where you're going, anywhere is fine. So this training is for you if you're sick and tired of circling around in the same spot. I want you to understand what a goal is. A goal is something that is very simple. It's just my centering of intention. I'm just putting that focus onto that target. I'm aiming at the target. That's what it is. I'm focused and aiming at one target. A clear focus. It is narrow, it is defined, it is specific, it is measurable. It is that point that I'm looking at. Okay. And then a lot of people will say, but I know what my goal is to make 10K. Every entrepreneur, every closer I meet, I want to hit the 10K mark. Is that really a goal? If you don't know exactly what the whole picture is, that is a wish. That is not a goal, that is a wish. Okay. What we want is clarity. Okay. If you're following so far, if everything I'm saying making sense so far, comment hashtag clarity. What we want is clarity. Today, after this training, do you know exactly what you have to do? This month, do you know exactly what you have to focus on so that 3 months from now, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel? Your structures are in place, your mindset is in place, your limiting beliefs are gone. And you know exactly, as a sales athlete, what is the game plan? This is clarity. Okay, give me a comment, hashtag clarity. Not sure if I can see your comments. Okay, so I know that you're following. Once you have that clarity, the action becomes easy because a lot of you at this point, you're like, I don't know what is the action. I don't have the accountability. I have all these fantastic theories, but I can't implement. How many of you feel that way? Once you can take that easy action, because you are crystal clear on after this training, what I'm going to do, you can start taking those new actions. Once you repeatedly do that, now that becomes your new habits. And your new habits bring you the new results in a consistent, predictable, measurable way. Simple? Okay, give me a comment, hashtag simple, if you're following, if it all makes sense. Okay, if you're watching, and I can see some of you watching right now in the replay as well, I want you to comment. It's for yourself. Okay, so that you put in the focus, you know what you are signing up for. Okay, don't waste your time. Okay, just watching the video, but you're not putting in the engagement and the focus. You see, there are three types of goals. This one I learned from Bob Proctor. Okay, three types of goals. There is an A-type goal. And what an A-type goal is to just do something that you already know that you can do. There is no challenge. It's completely predictable. These are the things that you do when you tell yourself, today I'm just going to go into Discord. I'm going to find one of those rooms and I'm just going to role play because maybe that helps me. It's familiar. I can't fail. If I make a mistake, I just rewind the role play. And yeah, I've done something. It's better than nothing. Now, this is a goal that you already know you can do. There is no growth. Don't lie to yourself. You can do 500, 1,000. You can be the champion of role plays. But if your systems are not in place, you are just a champion of role play. Will that give you the life you want? A B-type goal is something you think you can do. Okay, so now you say maybe Maybe I'll just send in some applications. I'll go into the groups. I'll comment interested. I'll start, and I don't know who is teaching this, but I can see some of the closers just orbiting. Okay, they're orbiting around the influencers, like typing very smart comments. They're trying to get the attention of the influencer, trying to have that rapport, you know. But if you don't have the real substance, if you're not solving a legitimate problem for them, you're just going to come across as an orbiter, which is very annoying because they can totally smell what you're doing from 1,000 miles away. Okay, and if anything, that only tells them that you are so free to be commenting, to be orbiting. And what are you doing with your time? It tells them that you're so free to be doing all these kind of things. Does that mean you're in demand? Does that mean you're already closing? Or does that mean you're too free? So both the A type and B type goals, they bring no growth. And the biggest mistake that I see closers doing when it comes to setting goals is they just continue to set and do the things that you already know and you already think that you can do. So my question to you is, if you set goals like this, where is the growth? So 3 months from now, you're role playing, you're commenting. You do that a million times in 3 months. What's going to change? So the goals that I want you to set is a completely different thing. It's based on what you want. And don't tell me that what I want is the 10K. Like I said, that is a wish. That is not a goal. Now, what is the difference between a wish and a goal? Number one, a C type goal is a goal that stretches you into that next level. There's that growth coming from there. Okay. And this whole stretch is not some, oh, Sean told me to aim high, so I'm going to aim high and then I'm going to continue to do what I do. That is not goal setting. That is just wishing. Okay. Yes, I want you to aim high. Yes, I don't want you to already do the things you already know and think that you can do. But at the same time, I want you to have this formula. I want the specific game plan. I know the words are a little bit small, okay, but over here, what it says, okay, is to know exactly what is your niche. Of course, my niche was always in mindset, but I've only closed for mindset once. All the other gigs that I've ever had were internet marketing, uh, personal development. But the reason they took me seriously, even though it was different niches, e-commerce, fitness, relationships, I could easily apply and still get recruited. Because all this while, I have been dominating this mindset space as a closer. I have been building my brand. The second thing here is I have been building my brand. You have never seen me with the generic cover photo, yes? You have never seen me saying the same generic shit over and over again. The cheesy line. No one closes like that in real life, please. I've been building my brand. I've been dominating this one niche. I've been building authority as a closer. I've been building my belief. I've been setting specific goals for myself. This whole section here is knowing exactly what you want. What is the game plan? If you're following, give me a hashtag game plan in the comments. Every sport, every team, every athlete always has a game plan. It could change, but they're always working with a coach. They always come prepared for their opponent, for themselves. Okay? And this whole mindset of getting prepared, it builds you the new habits. You are sending quality applications out. You are building real relationships with influencers where they trust you. I'm not orbiting around their social media, making smart comments, trying to build one-sided rapport. You know, when they see comments like this and they can see you're a closer, they just know what you're doing. But do you have real substance? Can you solve real problems? Can you be tested under fire? Otherwise, why they want to notice you? You just be a very annoying person engaging on their content. Are you honing your sales skills and studying your niche daily? These are the new habits, okay, which will lead to new results. You're attracting that dream influencer, which is fully aligned with your values. They are supporting you. You're consistently booking calls for them under their guidance. You're closing deals under their guidance. And over the months, you can just see your life start to upgrade. Once you're done with the learning curve, you're settled in, and this whole system is in place. That's when you can kiss your job goodbye because the money is already coming in. Eventually, you will get to a point where every messenger conversation is the same conversation, and every sales call is the same sales call. That is the point, okay, of shifting your whole paradigm into a full-time closer mentality, a full-time sales athlete mentality. So now, compare your wish to what I've just shown you, the outer goal setting, the whole process, the whole picture. So are you clear on exactly what you want? Now, at this point, I know, okay, the feelings, they come up, the emotions, they come up, and it starts to cloud, right? What am I going to do? Now, I can completely understand that. And this is precisely the reason why it's mysteriously difficult to set goals based on this framework that I've been showing you. This is the very reason why it's so hard. Like everything I say, it's like logically, you already know that. And why don't you do it? If I were to ask you to map out everything on an Excel sheet, why don't you do it? Why haven't you do it? Why are you not executing on those goals already? For some people, it's because goals are sacred. How sacred? It's so sacred that I have to put them up here, and I don't want to look at them because they're up here. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to have to bring them down and see it. Because what if I see it? And what if I have to face that I'm not capable enough of facing my goals? What if I have to face this reality that 10K, 20,000, 30, 50, that is a joke because I can't. I don't know how. And I'm overwhelmed. I have fear. I don't have a good track record. So, Sean, why are you telling me to see my goals? I don't want to see it. Let it be somewhere in the subconscious, in the unconscious. I don't even want to touch it. Let them be in that sacred place where I never have to see it. But because I never have to touch it, it remains sacred, it remains golden, it remains precious, it remains untouched, it remains perfect. That way, I remain perfect. But if I fail, if I circle in this cycle, at least, Sean, at least my goals are untouched, which that means I have never really failed. How many of you are thinking like that? Okay, you can just be direct with me. I've coached, I've worked with, I've seen hundreds of closers by now. I know how you think. Because once you bring those goals down, it brings accountability. Then how am I going to be accountable to myself? Because these goals, they're going to force you to face yourself and level up. So this process, it can trigger that emotional turmoil, bring about that internal denial, fear, overwhelm, and the best part is, what if I succeed? Then what happens? Can I hold on to that success? Can I maintain the success? So once this whole emotional burden sets in, what happens to our conscious mind is now we can't process and we don't want to process because it's very overloading. It's overloading our logical capacity to even process this whole thing. So we just tell people, yeah, 10K, that's great. And then we don't face it, right? But really, my question to you is, which is more difficult? What do I mean? Which is more difficult? Is it more difficult to deal with low-level influences, or is it difficult to know exactly how to search and qualify them and build relationships with them and close them on why you are the perfect choice for them? Which is more difficult? Is it more difficult to live under an income ceiling, or is it difficult to build your own sales pipeline? Is it more difficult to stay stuck in practice and role play mode? Or is it more difficult to take calls, get destroyed, get rebuilt? Have you seen the movie Age of Tomorrow? Like the guy just keeps dying, dying until he knows how the whole game is played. Go watch that movie. Is it more difficult to waste time in Facebook groups, just wishing they would notice you? Or is it more difficult to turn it around and have influencers slide into your DM and say, hey, are you looking to close? Is it more difficult to take your credit card and keep swiping for more programs, more upsells, more sales training? First, they tell you you need this, then you get it. Then they tell you you don't have this, then you get it. Then they tell you, now this one is the real thing. This is the real thing. Then you get it. And then you get it and it doesn't work. And then they say, but we have people that made it work. Why can't you make it work? Or to have your influencer pay you every month coming into PayPal. You withdraw that money from PayPal, it's cash you hold in your hands. Which is more difficult? Not progressing, living in a cycle of fear and overwhelm, and then just keeping it all to yourself, or to have the freedom to have the haircut you want, buy the clothes you want, travel however, whenever you want, have that confidence that you are in control, have your family, friends, everyone around you having that respect that you are a leader of your own life. If you compare the two, which is more difficult? So why then do closers still refrain from setting goals? If the outcome on the right is what we want, why no goals? How many closers, have I spoken to? I said, do you know what your goals are? Yeah, maybe yes. Have you written it down? Is there a timeline? And you can instantly tell who is bullshitting you and who has a worthy goal set in place. So now, let's face our goals together. I know you might not be feeling completely prepared. If that's the case, then let's just do this as an exercise. The answers can always change, okay? But have no fear, because if you don't start today with me, you'll probably never start because you don't know what the best way to set goals is. So have a shot at my way and let's see how it goes. Okay. So, you know what? I'm just going to share this in the chat right now. Okay. I want you to go to File and make a copy. I'm going to pin this in the top right now. Uh-oh. Wrong one. Whoa, now I see all your comments. That is so awesome. I thought no one was watching. Now I can see all your comments. So check the pinned comment. Go to this document right now and go to File, make a copy. And bookmark it. Save it somewhere where you can see it every morning. What is up? How do I pronounce your name? Eliza Veda? Eliza Veda? Eliza Veda? How do I pronounce it? Wonderful. So if you're watching this at a later time, check the comments, check the description. Okay, the link is in there. Okay, so you can drop me a message. Come to this worksheet. Okay.
Pronounce it. Wonderful. So
In the meantime, you can also type in the comments. Do you want to close full-time or part-time? Okay, and don't ask me what is my definition of full-time or part-time. Go with yours. This life is yours, it's not mine. My definition of full-time in 2018, when I started this game, I wanted to do this all the way. I wanted to do this all the way. And I don't know about you, but I wanted to urgently, passionately, and exclusively be this closer so that I can travel. I can travel, get leads on my phone, take calls on my phone, on my computer. I don't have to worry about traveling, difficult bosses, difficult colleagues, overtime. I know that high ticket is the fastest way to hit my income goals and be in control of my life by design. Isn't that why you're here in the first place? True or false? So I never had this part-time mentality. This was never a backup plan. This was never a second stream of income. The learning curve is already so steep. If you are having, school, job, business on the side, by the time you get to your computer, you're already so exhausted. How do you have the time and space to become a six-figure closer? Okay, the six-figure closer is the name of my coaching program. This worksheet is something I pulled out from my coaching program. Okay, so take this seriously and type your comments in the chat. Full-time or part-time? I don't know how you're going to make this work part-time. Okay, you can transition out. We can build a roadmap for you to transition out. But at the end of the day, if you're treating this as a side thing, how are you going to compete with guys like me that are all in? I've been closing full-time from 2018 until today, until right now, because this is something that I urgently, passionately, and exclusively want to build. What is your ideal niche to close for? You see all the books behind me. There's still some that my camera can't capture. I have a shit ton of books, and 90% of my books, okay, are all about mind. Because when I was competing full-time as an athlete, that was the main thing I needed to build. Okay, so learning mindset from someone that just take a course, okay, versus learning mindset from a professional rock climber, from an engineer, from an IT guy, from a martial artist, from an athlete, is very different. Because due to our different background, we process, teach, and coach on the mindset very differently. If your mindset coach is just someone who has a theory, okay, then this is all your personal preference. Okay, but the niche that you want to close for, okay, is it fitness? Okay, what are you absolutely sure about? Is it relationships? Is it about healing, the spiritual? Okay, because if this is the niche that you are already consuming, This gives you the power and authority. When you close on the phone, when you create content, people can tell that you are legit. You know what you're talking about because you are a consumer. You are one of them. Okay, now then it makes it easy for you to transition to close for other niches. There's no conflict because the closing process is always the same. Okay, 24 hours a day. How many hours you want to sleep? 8. And the remaining time, the 16 hours. How many hours you're going to work, travel, eat? Okay, so how many hours are you willing to dedicate? Quality hours to your career. Okay, don't tell me 1 or 2. How are you going to get to 6 figures working 1-2 hours a day? Okay, that's ridiculous. You have to take calls. You have to study your craft. You have to practice. Really? Who told you like 1-2 hours a day is enough? Are you kidding me? You ask that person, is he or she closing full time? And you ask them to show you their schedule. Okay. Then the remaining 8 hours that you have that free time, what would you do? Exercise, walk my dog, family time. I want you to paint the full picture of what the whole lifestyle looks like so that you can see clearly. Okay, when the money starts to come in, okay, I can see some comments from Fulltime. Love it. Eliza says Fulltime. And yeah, so you see, if you're already a consumer of personal development, then it makes it so easy for you to create content, to express yourself. And the best part is you already love, you already believe in this niche. Okay, that extra time, you know what I did? I took singing lessons. Okay, I bought 5 new badminton rackets, okay, and the bag and like clothes and everything. Okay, I like to go for haircuts. It's very therapeutic for me. Okay, I built my own business, found my life partner. Like I completed my whole life just from closing. I took all that cash and just reinvested in myself. I built my website. I hired a coach. And I kept growing this thing. And so all my peers, they quit after what, weeks, months, and 3 years. I'm still here because this is what I truly love and believe in. Do you have the same focus? Okay. How much do you see yourself bringing in every month, comfortably covering all your bills, comfortably investing in everything you need, and still have extra to save and invest? I gave myself 1 year. Okay. The reality, I took 4.5 months. This is not 4.5 months of role play, please. This was not 4.5 months of circling around doing the same thing. This was not 4.5 months of wishing. This is 4.5 months of laser beam focus. And I did not know what I was doing at the time. There was no Sean to guide me. I had no coach to guide me at the time. Okay. Now, every day in this 4.5 months, if this is what you're doing, I don't know what to do, so I role play. When I try to make video, when I try to create content, I find myself going back to procrastination. And then it's time to sleep. And then the day is gone. Does this lifestyle look like Someone who is closing 5 figures a month, 6 figures a year. If this is your lifestyle right now, even if time passed, so what? Then you might say, no, I'm not on Netflix and YouTube. I am studying videos. Okay. Are you applying them? Are the videos actionable? Or are they just powerful, beautiful, inspiring theories? And once the video is over, it's like, huh, what do I do? So if this is the current lifestyle, then it is not goal achieving action steps. They are just useless routine. That's what it is. What I teach my students, number one, is always, always, always to build self-belief. You want to send that video out. You want to send the application out. You want to dominate in this game, confident on Zoom calls. If you don't have that belief, it leaks out from your tonality. Your prospect pick the whole thing up from your vibe. They just smell your energy from 1,000 miles away remotely, and they can still smell it. So what I see all the closers do is they do all these things, but deep down, even those that are already closing, they get on the calls and they can't perform. They can't hit their targets. So now they are having that fear, what if I get fired? My question to you is this because they have no sales training? What's up, Armando? I knew you would be here. So happy to see you. Thanks for the support. So my question to you is it because they have no sales training? I'm going to highlight this. This is super important. Is it because they haven't bought enough upsells? You see, I know for a fact that you can close because you already closed yourself. Just to come to this training, to do the work, you have already closed yourself. I have no doubt in your ability to close. The techniques, okay, the sequence, what to say. Now when I close, I have no script. I have no sequence. I have no technique. Because this whole process of closing is you have to learn the techniques and you have to throw it away. You have to forget them. Otherwise, you are a robot. So to me, this is not a technique problem because skills can be acquired. Experience can be accumulated. Techniques can be trained. But deep down, if you don't believe in yourself, the results are always going to reflect that belief. You want to know where your beliefs are? Just look at your results. Look at the emotional patterns that are repeating on the inside. The doubt, that lack of confidence. Then you train the technique. So you say the right words. So the prospect can still feel the energy, the underlying energy of what you are really saying to yourself. So you must have a routine in place, a power routine in place. Put in the comments, hashtag power routine. Okay. Yes, be like water. That's right. I know you have that quality, Armando. So that every day and every night, you are building that belief. Okay, don't ask me how. Every one of us has what I call our own inner maze. Everyone's inner maze is unique. I know my students inside out because we see each other every day, every week. I know what their maze is, so I'm able to coach them. I don't know what your maze is. Okay, but every one of us has one. Okay. Number two, what I teach my students to do is to position, brand, and build authority. Okay, you can just look at my work as a closer. I'm always creating valuable content. It's not generic, it's not bullshit. I study, I synthesize, and I share. I study, I synthesize, and I share. I study, I synthesize, and I solve. So just by orbiting around your influences, going into the groups and hanging out there, are you solving anything? Are you sharing anything? If you don't, what does it say about your name, your brand as a closer? Go to LinkedIn right now and search high ticket closes. You will see 44,000 of us with the same cover photo, saying the same taglines. So you send your application in. How are you different? So what are you doing on a daily basis that up levels your brand as a closer? Okay, and number three is definitely not sleep. Number three is your daily execution. If I only limited you to do three things every day to build your six-figure closer career, what would you do? Okay. Number four is influencer engagement. Depending on where you are in your sales career, okay, if you don't have a sales gig, okay, you need to study, send applications, study your niche, study your sales skills, okay? Yeah, I would create content, build my brand assets, send applications. This is exactly what I did in 2018 when I had no experience. Because you might say, but Sean, you have experience. I don't know. When I had no experience in 2018, this is exactly what I did. I studied every day, my niche and sales, closing. I sent applications every day. I invested in my brand. I was failing forwards in the real world, real calls, real interviews, getting out of my comfort zone and up leveling my game. You don't want to orbit around people. You want to solve their problems. Okay, and number four is to engage influencers. Okay, build real relationships. Okay, join their tribe. Okay, interact with them. So now my question to you is, you were to do these four things. over the next 3 months, can you see yourself getting there? Versus the original version, which is to role play, sleep, YouTube, procrastinate. Of course, if you live like that, of course, your fear is going to build. Of course, if you live like that, the overwhelm is going to build. Of course, if you live like that, you're going to be stuck and eventually you're going to quit. And then what? Deliver food? Go back to a 9 to 5? And pretend this whole thing never happened? You see, deep down, I know that you can close. Okay, but if there's no one to guide you, you don't have a way to play this game like a pro, like a sales pro, like a sales athlete. And then even you can buy all the programs in the world. You can't buy success. Okay, now I can see some of you just engaging in the chat right now. Okay, I want you to go out of your comfort zone, add that friend, message that person, say, hey, I just saw you in Sean's group. Okay, doesn't have to be from this training. You know, our closer group, right? Successful high ticket closers. You can see those regulars. Find someone that you vibe with. Say, hey, I know you're a closer as well. I've seen you in Sean's group. Let's partner up. Show him your goals. Get him or her to show you his or her goals. This worksheet. Okay. Promise each other. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, we're going to go back to Sean, write him a video testimonial to say, I've applied your training and now I'm already closing. The money is coming in. I feel secure. Okay, but we need to build this step by step. We need to build this career, not buy this career. Okay, what the hell? This is not like e-commerce, you buy the store. No, you have to build this and find someone. Don't be shy. Come on, you are a closer. Okay, if anyone knows how to prospect, it's you. Okay, so we are in this game together. This is the end game. Don't be shy. Every one of us are closers. We know what the end game is. Okay, and post in this group. Okay, go to your browser, hit seansena.live, post your updates in this group. Even if you don't become my student, even if you don't become my coaching client, take this training, take it seriously, and post your updates, your wins in our groups as though you're already closing full time. Otherwise, when you're going to start? Okay. So you know what? I'm going to make it easy for you. If you are looking and you want to be an accountability partner in this group with me monitoring your progress, okay, comment hashtag partner me. Oh, typo. Okay, comment hashtag partner me. Okay, then can you see who else is typing the partner me? You message that person and say, saw your comment, let's do it. Okay. And the final question I'll ask you, this simple map, simple game plan. Okay. Self-belief, position yourself, execute on the needle moving actions. Okay. The needle moving actions. And then building relationships, real relationships. Okay, you're not flirting with them, you're not orbiting around them, you're not wasting their time, you're not begging for a job. They see you, they recognize you, they want you. These 4 things, if you can do this daily, then you're on the right path. Okay? Now, all this is not going to happen if you don't tap into that space in your heart, okay, of why this must absolutely happen. For those of you that you're in this place, like maybe I don't want to give 100% because what if I fail? Now, if you don't give your 100%, that's when you definitely fail. Well, it depends on what your definition of what failure is. I don't know about you, but each time I fail, I learn. So there is no fail. So don't be so afraid of failing. And ask yourself, why am I not 100% to be a closer? That is your decision to make. Is it your family? Is there something that you want to achieve for yourself? What is your reason? Why are you even here listening to me talk today? Because you want to close more, right? You want to close high ticket, hit your income goals and be free. That's why you're here. But what is an even deeper reason you must absolutely succeed? Because if this is a blank, then don't bother. Okay? Is it your family? Do you have a passion that you want to fulfill? Do you have a place that you want to be in? Do you have a certain state that you want to experience internally? I don't know what is your drive. All I can tell you, if this is a blank, then the rest of this is going to fall apart. This is why closers quit. This is why they go back to the job. This is why they fall off after weeks and months. Why must you absolutely succeed? Is it because you know you never want to be in a job again? Is it because you're sick and tired of not being paid what you're worth? Is it because you're sick and tired of living in this place where you're stuck, not knowing how to break through to create the life and freedom and confidence you deserve? What is your purpose? Okay. Now I'm going to go a level deeper into the real problem. The real problem is not that you can't set goals. If I were to hold your hand and walk through every question, you will see that it's not that you don't know. It's not that you didn't have enough sales training, please. This is a very straightforward dialogue. What else do you do on a sales call, man? You set the intention, you go to the pain, you get the goals, you get the urgency, you show them the program, you collect the money, you go through objections, and then you either button down the sale or you follow up. Like, how difficult is this process? It's not that you didn't buy enough programs. It's not even about doing more, okay? The real problem is the paradigm. It's this. This is the thing that is, you consciously know everything. Then this thing comes along and it says, are you really that capable? You bought the programs, you did the training, this thing come along. Because remember when you were young, they told you that you will be here forever. You have bought everything, you have done everything. This thing comes along and it says, remember your track record? You have always been a loser. So who are you to build this six-figure career? You can't. This is the enemy. This is the reason you're stuck. My student, Irvin, when I started coaching him, he saw the whole range of what's possible because he was being paid $6 an hour to be a virtual assistant. And then he saw our space, our high ticket online space, and he was like, what? So after I coached him through the whole process, that week, his paradigm started acting out. And the whole week he disappeared. And he said, I couldn't even move. Like the whole week, migraine. Is that because he didn't have enough sales training? Is that because He didn't know the how. It's never a how problem. He knows all the how. He's a smart guy. But if his conditioning says, dude, $6, no problem. Six figures, oh man, I'm going to shut that whole thing down, man. Migraine 1 week. Another student of mine, same thing. I've seen this pattern repeat itself so many times. If you are following, put in the comments, #following, so I know that you are following. Brian, he couldn't walk, pain in his back. Why? I don't know. The same thing. When I showed him what was possible, remember when you were young and your dad kept telling you that you are the problem, that you brought so much problems to the family? Like, this is a real story. This is Brian and his father. His father was always saying, you are the problem, you are the cause. So he didn't want that. So he stopped trying, because if he try, his father is going to criticize him. So if you don't try, he will never fail. He'll be undefeated. The father will never criticize him. So now when I showed him that it's simple and easy, then what happened? Pain in his back. From where? Why there was never any pain until I came along? Then there is pain. For Irvin, the whole life, no migraine. After my coaching, migraine. After my coaching, pain in the back. I had another student, Alice. Time to work, the Wi-Fi down. Why? Myself, I closed a 12K deal. I did not press the button on my mic. The person thought I wasn't there. I couldn't contact them anymore. I lost a 12K deal. Why? Is that because I didn't have enough sales training? This is the paradigm taking control. It's trying to protect you. That's what it's doing. And doesn't matter how many programs you buy. If at the end of the day, okay, the paradigm decides to win, then there's nothing you can do to overcome it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put a comment #paradigm in the chat if you're following. There's nothing you can do to override this. And I'm sure that you have experienced exactly what I'm saying, because you can't be completely oblivious to this calling the shots. So my question to you is, can you see exactly how this takes over? When you try and create content, it's that little voice that says, who are you to say this? What if people judge you? What if you embarrass yourself? So you know what, Sean? Don't post. When you try to make that video and you send the application in, and this thing, it says, it's not perfect enough, Sean. You're not ready. Remember that time when you tried something and then you failed? Like, yeah, it's going to happen again. So why, Sean? Come on, man. You know you're not worthy of this. Don't make the stupid video. If you don't send, Sean, if you don't send the video, at least nothing will happen. But if you send, right, this thing, it is this thing. So, role play. And then you're like, no, I can't keep role playing. Like, what do I do? And this thing comes up and said, come on, there's so many things in the internet. You won't know what to do. So many people teaching different things. How would you know what to do? Don't bother. Just go to YouTube. Maybe you can find some motivation videos. You watch that video, second video, third video, time to sleep. The day is gone. Never that you have no sales training. Like I said, agenda step, get the pain, get the goals, show the program, urgency, go through objections, take the money down, follow up. It's never a how problem. It's when you try to do the how and this thing comes up. That's why we get stuck. That's why I say the first thing I teach my students is belief. Because once you have that belief, you become unstoppable. You won't know the how. A lot of times right now, I don't even know like tons of hows. How to make my slide for you guys, how to create my program. In the beginning, I didn't even know how to do it. I was just a martial arts instructor. I didn't even belong in this online space. What the hell? 6-figure closer, having my own high-ticket coaching business. At the time, you asked to tell me, I'll be like, what the hell? I just said, what the hell are you talking about? But if you have belief, you will always be resilient enough to bounce back. You'll always be resilient enough to learn, to adapt, because you know. You don't know how, but you just know. You just know that you will win, but you don't know how. On the other hand, if you don't have the belief, sure, you can land influencers. Then when the pressure is on, what happens? You tell me. When the overwhelm is on, I have a student, before he joined my program, he's telling me, I have a daughter, eight months old, 1 year old. My wife is having some psychological challenges. I have to be there for her. I have to put food on the table. But when, my kid, my wife, I can't balance. I'm taking the sales calls, but I can't focus. I don't know if I can do this. But he's a smart guy. So he's like, what if I get fired? So I ask him, do you believe in yourself? Without that belief, you make a video, you send the application in, and they're going to mirror that belief. Your prospects, your influencers, they will just mirror the belief, and they will just feel like, this guy looks the part, he sounds the part, but I just don't feel it. Don't reply. But what happened? I don't know. Oh, do you have a script that maybe I can ask them? Is this a matter of experience, or is this a matter of value? And then they reply, no, they're just going to mirror the person that you are. Or you can be this super hardcore action taker. And the results you get, they just mirror that self-doubt. Now, can you see why closers get stuck? Because without belief, the self-sabotaging cycle. You can't beat the paradigm. That's what it is. But if you can override and reformat this, you have this perfect self-image that, yeah, I don't have the results now, but I know I'm going to do it. I don't know how. I just know that I am a champion. I have always been a champion. I've always overcome the odds. And now what happens? The influencers can see that. Your prospects can feel that. And who you are speak so loud that people don't even hear what you say. I can get away with saying so much shit, deviating from whatever a closer is supposed to look like or do or say, because of this self-image. So your brand, the content, will now radiate with the same authority because you're sure. You're someone who is sure of who you are. Belief. So when all of us apply to the same gig, who has the upper hand? Is it the closer with belief, Or is it the closer with the perfect suit, the perfect script, and you see the face and you just know that something is off? But he looks the part, he has the suit, he has the tonality, he has the magic line. Oh, are you looking for experience or are you looking, I don't know. What do you think? Come on, no one talks like that in real life. If I said that to you in person, you'd probably punch my face. Are you here for the training? That's ridiculous. You can't rely on an external shell and just believe that your self-image is not going to be reflected in real life. So when you're sure of yourself, that is how you can go to this worksheet and step by step take that imperfect action to refine this, to refine this, to refine this, to refine this. From a place of I am already the six-figure closer. Now, in that place, how would your sales call sound? How would your prospect mirror this new paradigm? Because now when you have a problem, this thing comes up and says, Sean, remember, you have always been a fighter. You have always been a champion. When you send a video in, hey, Sean, so what if they don't reply? It's their loss because you are someone who studies. You're someone who trains. You're someone that's improving exponentially every day. So if they don't reply, it's their loss. Continue to send applications. You got this. So I said, on a sales call, the prospect is giving resistance. Sean, remember, your prospect needs your help. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have been there. So I just tell the prospect, the best way that we can help you is to coach you. So what is your decision? Now, where did that script come from? Where did that line? I don't even know. It's just coming from the paradigm of self-belief. So when the stakes are high, this one comes up. When it counts, this one comes up. The new paradigm. It takes over. It always wins. The paradigm always wins. That's why my students, 49 days in my coaching program, and you don't have to join. I just want to tell you that with belief, these are guys from Malaysia. I'm from Singapore. They are my cousins from Malaysia. Same as me, Asian. We don't live in the States. We came from a previous world where we are burnt out. We have no sales experience. We had no confidence. How did they land opportunities in 49 days? I did not give them a script. I did not give them sales training. We did not even role play once. What the hell? Matthias, 11 days, no, 17 days. In 17 days, Matthias, I remember it was 2 weeks and then a little bit afterwards. He didn't even complete my coaching program. He just did for like 17 days and then he disappeared because he had landed his dream outcome, his dream influencer. John, okay, he's based in Vietnam, director of sales Southeast Asia. I did not give them sales training. We did not role play. What the hell, man? Time. This guy, he's just landing influencer interviews 1 to 3 times every week. You can see him in our group. He's always commenting. And now he's on sales calls already. He went from nothing to being the trusted anchor on his influencers team to handle the whole sales department. I did not even teach him anything new. I didn't teach them. anything new. I just removed their old limiting beliefs. I just gave them the power to reformat their paradigm. Then now your question to me, okay, sure, now I get it. Right? Stop telling me it's the paradigm. I know it's the paradigm, but how? How do I change it? Okay, if that's your question, put in the comments #how. Okay, give me a #how. Here's how. You want to close more deals, and then it's not happening. And then you think, oh shit, what do I have to do? Yes, you're thinking to yourself, what do I have to do? So you're thinking of the action. I want to remind you, it is not the action. I don't know if I'm doing this, I'm explaining this properly. You want to close more deals, but the deals are not coming in. So you think to yourself, how, right? You're like, what do I have to do? Now, it is not what you do. You are already doing the right things. What I'm telling you is you can do the same thing and have completely different results. Are you following? I'm telling you, like the sales call is the same: agenda, pain, goal, urgency, money, objections, button down the sale. Like what you do does not have to change. It's the whole paradigm, the energy of the paradigm that is causing the reflection of energy. You understand? I am just a mass of energy. You are a mass of energy. This whole life on earth is just a whole drama of energy exchange. So the energy that you get is the energy that you are. So in your system, this paradigm has a root file. This is the master file that is keeping you stuck. Some examples: traumatic events that happen as a child, that harm, emotional impact. Oh, I'm not worthy. And it's just there. So you have the best systems, you have the best script, but it's like, oh, I never had that thing. This happened to me. So you're like, right? Or maybe you say, no, I can't really think of one event. Now, what if the whole upbringing that you had was like, I'm not worthy? And you don't know how the wiring works. You just know that like, this is not the system I want. And as a result of this, either trauma or upbringing, your relationship with wealth is one that is very subconsciously pushing that away. You can't enjoy it. You can't be in the process. You can't enter the flow. And you always have it, like deep down, it's because I hate to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to be seen as a failure. I don't want to accept, admit, and have to face myself as a failure. So because of that, I'm never ready. I don't have the confidence. This whole thing is because of the root cause. So we must remove this. We don't need to add anything new, because once you remove this, we can start reformatting this disk and have that complete relationship with success and wealth. And when we fail, there's no fail. I'm just executing. I am learning. There's no emotional obstacles. I set my goal, I go there. When I'm challenged, yes, there's fear. Yes, there's overwhelm. But what's the difference this time? The difference is I rise. I rise to the occasion. Give me a #comment, rise, #rise. You still face the thing, okay, but you are able to rise and become even stronger and more resourceful Or my video is not good enough, I can fix it. I'm not having control over my routines, I can fix it. The nuances, I can fix it. But now you're not thinking from the old place where it's all negative and fear and doubt, right? So your next question is, okay, and now I start to see like paradigm, root cause, reformat. How? Okay. There is no other way other than to personalize this solution to you. Remember when I said that we all have this our own inner maze? This is what it is. Our own inner maze. No two closes have the same inner maze. Your root cause, okay, is a combination. It is a stack. There was one event that happened, which led to you accepting this set of ideas, and then you started to build these new habits, and then another impact happened, and you continue to validate this paradigm, and it's been 5 years as a child, 10 years as a teenager. So now you're this adult, and you get on a sales call, and you're like, not just that, when you try to face your goals, the whole maze, it takes over. So now can you see why you can have this structure, but without this, you have no goals. Now can you see where I'm going? So your own inner maze, we need to find out what the hell happened. Tony Mizell dropping bombs. I don't see Tony's comments. So what is the bomb? Your maze of why you're stuck is unique to you. The root is unique to you. The upbringing is unique to you. The whole paradigm, only you have that unique maze. But right now, I can't see it because I'm not psychic. But maybe you can. But the generic content that you have been absorbing, it does not help you. Yes, it is inspiring. Yes, it is practical. For some people who have already figured their shit out, of course. But if it is not personalized to you, you can't learn martial arts by following a group class because it's not personalized to you. When you are under attack, how are you going to defend yourself? When you're under pressure, how are you going to express yourself seamlessly if you don't understand you? Once you're able to walk out of this maze, what you'll experience is the fear, the guilt, and the shame. It just disappears. So now when you fail, you're like, but I'm not failing. I found another way not to do it. But the emotional burden is gone. The inner turmoil is gone. So instead of denying, like, no, I don't want to fail, you're like, bring it. Bring it to me. So you're functioning from this place where I understand, I believe in myself, so bring it on. So from this place, the more you work, oh, okay, Armando, you're tagging Tony. Oh my God, thank you so much. He needs to see this, yes. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, if you have a friend that needs to watch this, tag. Do your friend a favor, ask them to partner you. So from here, the more you work, the more you go through this cycle, you don't have this fear. Like, what if I fail? What if they don't like my video? What if they fire me? You don't give a shit about the whole thing. You're like, bring it on. Because your belief is already there. Okay? So here's how I can help you. I'm going to do 3 one-to-one deep dive into your inner maze. We're going to get on a call and you're going to tell me your story. Okay? And we are going to go deep into your history, into your conditioning, and we are going to map out the whole maze so you can see what you have been stuck with. Okay? And yes, on that call, I'm also going to show you what it's like to be in my coaching program so you can make an informed decision if you want to be one of my students. Okay, if that's you, go over to seansena.link, book a time, okay? But this is not for everyone. This is not for everyone. If you don't intend to close full-time, don't book the call. If you're a part-timer, you have a part-timer mentality, you're already busy with some other stuff, and then you're like, second stream of income. Okay. No, I am not your guy. Okay, go and buy the courses, go and buy the programs. I am not your guy. Okay, don't waste my time. This is only for you if you are absolutely committed. You are sick and tired of the old disc and you want a brand new one, then I'm your guy. If you're like, I just want to change one file, I am not your guy. It doesn't work that way. You must be 100% determined. Yes, I see a hashtag unstuck from Armando. You must be determined to succeed as a closer. I don't care whether you have money, you have no money. Don't worry about the money. If you want to work with me, we will figure out a way. Okay, to work together so you get out of the maze and you build yourself a new paradigm. If that's what you want, I'm your guy. Okay, you must want to close full-time. You must want to change your paradigm. You must be 100% determined to succeed. Don't tell me, oh, I don't have this, I need this. You must never, never, never let present circumstances dictate your results. The reason you have your current results is because of old thinking. It's because of the old thing. See that this is what is happening. If you want change, you must decide from the future. You are already this person. Would you book that call with me today? If in the future you're already this person, and then you go back to the 27th of August, or whenever you're watching this, what would be the best call to make? Okay, but once again, don't waste my time. I do get on some calls with time wasters. Okay, I don't have time for that. Like 3 sessions, that's my whole week. I don't have too many free slots. I'm also closing full-time, so don't waste my time. You want to succeed? Okay, we are going to figure out the rest of the house. All you need now is a decision. If you have the decision, go to seansena.link and book that call. Okay, don't waste any more time. If all this call did was just help you walk out of the maze, you tell me. This year, I found my dream influencer. What you see, this is my own apartment. This is my my bedroom. From this place, or when the whole pandemic is over, and I travel again from any place, I get on Zoom, I close for this lady, I get paid. This year, I had my finances in order. I married my life partner. You know, in Singapore, it costs a lot of money to get married. I built my own business. I'm closing full time. I'm absolutely in love with what I do. I'm sure you can see that. Not because I did a million sales training. Not because I went to download and pay for more frameworks, strategies. Like, I know for a fact that you can already do that. Logically, you are the smartest person in the world. You have no problems. Consciously, I believe that. But subconsciously, do you have this? Do you know how to walk out of the inner maze? So that when you send the application in, you are confident. When you attend that closer interview, see you later, Mando. When you attend the interview, you are in control. When you see your Calendly and your calls are booked, you know that you can hold space for those prospects, guide them to the end of the tunnel, enroll them into your program or your influencers program, and get paid. Improve the lead flow, improve your sales calls. And at the end of the year, you are the six-figure closer. If you don't remove this maze, how are you ever going to beat the paradigm? How long have you had this paradigm problem? So this is the full picture of what the game plan looks like. If you feel that you are capable of doing this on your own, okay, then go ahead, blast your way forward, get it done, more power to you. But if you can't see your maze, you want my help to look through the whole thing and potentially be one of my students, book that call. Don't look at present circumstances. Okay, decide based on what you want. Decide based on what's possible. We will get on the call. Okay, we will lay out all the cards, and we will start planning for your future. What does the next 3 months look like? What does the next 6 months look like? What does the next year look like? So that this whole thing makes sense. Okay. Any comments, questions, feedback, type it in the chat. Those of you watching the replay, type it in the chat. Okay, if you want to send me a message, go ahead. Okay, otherwise, head over to SeanSena.link, fill up the form, book that call. Okay, get ready for the call, be prepared in a conducive environment, get ready to take notes. We're going to go deep into your game plan, into your paradigm, so that 1 year from now, you can proudly say to yourself that you are the six-figure closer that you know you can be. Until next time, it's Sean Sena. I have fun doing this. Okay, talk to you soon.